Okay, finally made it to the first spot. Got the trailer set up, and it's been nothing but problems so far. The good news is the cat was a little bit better than expected on the drive. She actually settled down after about an hour and a half of meowing. But she's really freaked out in the camper and everything, which is a total disaster. You can look around and see all the junk I gotta figure out what to do with. So basically, nothing really worked the way it was supposed to work. A couple things were my fault, I forgot. But one of the big issues was when I hooked the water up, the water just kept dumping out of the back of the trailer. And down here, probably can't see real well, there's a couple of valves. And they have to be turned off. One's for the hot water, one's for the cold water. The problem is, the way they're put in, they go in different directions. So, you know, I thought, you know, they both work the same way, and they don't. So every time I would, you know, go flip from side to side, one of the, either the hot or the cold would start leaking out the back whenever I turned the water pump on. So that was a disaster. I actually had to call the manufacturer to figure out what was going on with that. And I also talked to him about the leaking that's coming out of the tank, because I thought maybe, well, the freshwater city water system was messed up. So I filled the freshwater tank, hoping, you know, to figure out why none of the faucets in here were working and all the water was dumping out the back again. But he thinks there is an actual leak in the tank when I described the dripping from adding a little bit of water, which means the whole section of the bottom has to come off of the trailer to figure out where it's leaking. It's not like I mean, it's a fast enough leak. And unfortunately, I think it's about, if you get above 12 gallons or so, it'll leak, which is really not good at all. And I don't know if it's a tank replacement, if it is the tank, if it's a connection to the tank, have no idea. So this is, you know, this is just kind of a mess. Couldn't find the wrench to lower the scissor jacks, which I know I had one. So I have a drill, but unfortunately, I don't know why, the drill isn't strong enough to get it started. So luckily I had a crescent wrench to get it loosened up enough that the drill would actually work. I mean, just crazy. Oh, and let's go. The other major problem is my sewer hose doesn't reach. So out here, you can see those two pipes right here is where the water was coming out. And there's a drain actually inside underneath the sink. That is the problem. So the hookups, as you can see, I am short a couple feet to get the sewer hose hooked up. And I wasn't about to readjust the camper after I had it all set up. Leveling it was not a terrible challenge, but a little bit of a challenge. But yeah, basically this is the start of the day. It's a decent spot. You got some snow on the mountain still. A little trail along the river here. This is the middle fork of the South Platte River. Okay guys, we're gonna try to do a little gold panning. And I get the wrong shovel for sure. Basically, we're going to shovel this material into this screen. Screen it out. Kind of classify the material. And this is what we're going to work with. Basically, the process is trying to get the gold to settle to the bottom and get rid of all the, waste material in the process. At this point, a lot of swirling around. Hard to do with one hand. Okay, I don't see anything I would say for sure is gold. Well, maybe that little speck right there. That little speck right there might be. It looks like a lot of this stuff, it could be like flour type gold. That one might be a speck right there. But it could be mica as well. It's hard to tell when it's that fine. If we can pick up some of the black sand with the magnet and see what that leaves behind. You can see how it picks all that up. Makes a mess. Okay, all said and done, this is what I'm left with. And honestly, I can't tell what that is. It's been so long since I've done this. Doesn't really look like gold, but it's extremely heavy and it's a lighter color. So I don't know. We'll try another pan. Okay, here's a new load. We'll see what we get this time. Okay, so far this pan is coming out a little bit better. There's a little flake there and a little flake there. There could be a few more in here. I'll play around with it a little bit more. But at this rate, I'd probably make about, $1 or $2 a day. Oh well. Got a few more little flakes out of this pan. These are going to be a challenge to actually pick up. Okay, you see this tiny speck here? That's another piece of gold. Watch how when I swirl this around, you can see everything else moving, but that speck is staying still. That is how this gold panning works and how you can extract gold in this method. But it just takes like 1 billion of these to actually make something. Last day here at the Middle Fork RV campground in Fairplay. Got to low 40s last night, so it was about 52 in here when I woke up. Didn't turn the heat on. I just kind of wanted to see how well it would do. Actually wasn't bad at all for sleeping, but getting up in the morning and trying to take a shower, the hot water heater takes a little bit longer than I was anticipating. And let me say, taking a warm shower, kind of a lukewarm shower, and getting out when it's 52, that was cold. So I'll have to, apparently run the furnace up here in the higher elevations. Next stop is to a little reservoir. Try to do some fishing for a couple days before heading towards Wyoming. I don't know if I'm going to go straight to Wyoming or if I'm going to swing back through Denver or what yet. I still haven't figured out how to organize this place yet. no matter what. It looks like there's going to be junk on the floor, which I was hoping wasn't going to happen, but there just doesn't seem to be the room I need to put everything away. Either that or it's offload a bunch of stuff, which I didn't want to do, because then it just means there's a lot of stuff I won't be able to do. The cat is still completely freaked out. She's been hiding all day. She doesn't come out. She was a little squirrely last night, but not too bad. Pretty much all the noises, everything scares her. We have a little gato down there. Can you say hi, Coda? Can you say hi? Is that your hiding spot? Yeah, she's pretty much stayed there the whole day, which I feel kind of bad for her. Hopefully she'll get used to it. It's not really noisy here, but there's more noise than what she's accustomed to. There's actually people around, vehicles moving and stuff like that. She also gets a little freaked out when it gets really windy and the vents start making some noises, or the coach rocks a little bit. So I don't know. She's going to have plenty of time to get used to it. But that's it for this one. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.